Guys, so I saw some interesting comments on a video I was watching regarding using impact weapons, using sticks in a non-lethal manner. And I thought I'd shoot a video here on something that I carry in my car. A friend of mine gave me this. It's a pretty cool hardwood little baton. But I just want to mention something too about, I'll probably say this in every video I do regarding anything self-defense. Self-defense is not a system. It's not a martial art. When you're training martial arts, you're not training self-defense. It's how you train that makes it self-defense training. But self-defense, even then, really is just a mental state. Do you believe that you have the right to defend yourself? Are you willing to defend yourself? And to what degree are you going to defend yourself in? Meaning, what's the scenario call for? What's the physical response that's appropriate at that moment? In terms of something being a lethal weapon or not, again, to me, that comes down to how am I using that weapon? To what degree am I being, lethal or dangerous? So anyways, I had someone walk in there, I got a little distracted. But what I was saying was talking about the lethality. Is that a word, lethality? Well, the level of lethal response. I don't think it really has anything to do with what you're using, right? It's more of your intention. So I mean, look, a car could be lethal if I run over you and continue to run over back and forth over you. That's, I'm now committing a crime. So in terms of non-lethal force, that is obviously going to be based on the excessiveness of what you're doing, the condition of the person that you're using, whatever you're using. On this case is our baton. But I really like this as a deterrent more than anything, and something that I could use to what we call defang the snake, which is basically take out the weapon hand. If someone has a weapon in their hand or they're about to use a weapon of some kind, right, smashing the certain part of the hand, like obviously any of the bony parts, the wrist or the elbow, is going to be, quite debilitating, right? And this cool thing is slightly edged, right, a little bit, so it's got that nice edge. So some of the stuff that we do in Kali, I think, is very applicable and helpful in a close quarter situation using a short weapon like this. And what I like about the short weapon versus the long one is how the speed of which I can get quick little shots off. So a common technique that we use is this position here where we strike out and back. This is perfect for something like this, right? If I want to use this like in a non-lethal manner, as this person asked, I guess they're in Australia, they don't have firearms or something like that, then this would be perfect, right? Is that, let's say I'm dealing with someone. Now, I want to say this as well, that regardless of whatever you use for self-defense, if firearm or whatever, you still need to have basic hand-to-hand skills. You have to have good base, you have to have a good balance, understanding like that, or as best that you can develop as a person. And so, having a good stance, having good balance, good dexterity, coordination, all that stuff is what you kind of need, what's going to help you, as well as, scenario-based training, like getting yourself in these mental states that might simulate or replicate what you might be dealing with. But that's another story. By the way, if that is something you're interested in, I strongly recommend Urban Combatives Group. Lee Morrison, it's brilliant stuff. And, check out, they've got an online learning course. It's fantastic. So anyways, but with the impact weapon and in this retracted position, right? So I can keep my hands back here and just get this quick backhand jab, quick flick to whatever the target is. Could be their wrist, right? Ideally, I hit the hand, and I deter that person from wanting to progress. So a good thing that we practice that'll be helpful is this retreating. If I have the room to retreat back, right, I can snap, and hit the wrist really quickly here like this, right? The other thing I like about this particular baton is that I've got the extra sized handle here like that. So if I needed to, I could do two hands, right? Or I could use the butt end here if I'm in close to get quick little shots. But this is my primary striking surface. So if I step back, I get these quick, we call with tick, these backhand jabs, right? And I'm hitting the target. So a good way to train this, if you got a partner, is either put a pad on the arm, which I'll show in another video, which I help train some guys who use short impact weapons or have them for their job, so that we can use the timing and we can make impact on something without hurting our training partner. Or if you've got any kind of target, tire, heavy bag, something you can practice at least making impact, getting that quick snap, but then getting this retraction, so that I'm also able to use other things if I need to use my hands, right, to grab something, right, or defend myself. Snap, 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 right? So this is in our basic Kali program where we hit backhand, backhand, backhand. And the next thing I want to add then is what we call Redondo. So again, with this short weapon, it's got just enough whip that I can make pretty significant impact. Again, I'm visualizing targeting the hands, right? If we're talking about deterring somebody and not just completely taking them out, then these kind of shots are what we're looking to employ here. So backhand jab, bring it back. Redondo is this circular motion here like this. Snap and then whip like this. So slow, 1, back, 2, I'm rotating it in here. Jab, here, reach out like this. Okay, so again, this would be the emphasis of my training, is just having that ability to hit and then return like this. Sometimes I use this other hand to help brace it, right, or to help support the retraction, or even to use it to help add force here like this. So that's a jab, and then what we call a Redondo. The last little tool, perfect for deterrence, is what we call an abanico with tick, a flicking motion here like this. You know, not every scenario requires you to bash somebody. Hopefully you never have to do that, but maybe you just got to take out the hand or disable the hand, and you get this little with ticking motion here. So I'm snapping out and back. It's all wrist and a little bit of upper body though. So it's not just that, but I'm snapping, right, like I'm about to strike. These all work in conjunction. So I might jab, come back, Redondo with tick, and then Redondo again. Just one way to put it together. And so this is how we train, right, as we rep these out. So you just get fluid with that. Then we go with tick, backhand, Redondo, with tick, Redondo, or with tick, Redondo to backhand, with tick, backhand. So we just start to combine them all together, right? I might Redondo first, then backhand, then even flick up high. That could be to the temple, that could be to the wrist, could be low here. So this is our, what we call abanico with tick. So I can just get a quick little flick here like that. These are basic Kali, Eskrima, Arnis. These are basic striking motions that we use, striking patterns with tick, horizontal with tick, the Redondo, the circle motion, or the abanico with tick with the flick, the fanning motion. So I recommend, if this is something you carry, you train with it, and in as many formats as possible, in many environments as possible, right? Just so that you're used to it. On the gravel, on the concrete, okay, inside, outside, close quarter, how would I use it? In confined, if I can't retreat, can I angle out and use it? Can I angle out and use it? Here like this, right? So if you just practice basic movements forward and back, and also you need to practice from this alignment, but we're not going to do that in this video. So there you go, guys. So again, non-lethal, if you will, use of the baton, use of the stick. I hope you enjoy that video, guys. Hit like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.